All right. Hi, everybody. Nighttime in the morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. It's Julian, Brenda, and Tony today here in the studio. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
And, so right now, if you look outside, it's raining a lot. It's raining a lot. So, I think the good part about it, though, is that we actually kind of got off scot-free, well, at least for the moment, because it's been forecasted that we're going to have a nor'easter, which is like a big snowstorm here in the Northeast, coming this week, literally today and tomorrow up in North Jersey. So if rain's all we get, then we're looking pretty good, but there could be some snow on the way, too.
Yeah, I think our weather has been a little wacky currently, and it's definitely been ranging from really cold to some mid-warmth, and I don't know. It's hard to expect for what's going to happen next.
Oh, yeah, it's totally unpredictable. I feel like last week, there were a couple really, really nice days that felt like springtime, and, now we got into, daylight savings was yesterday, so we're starting to head into kind of what's normally the warmer part of the year, and we're kind of going in the opposite direction, so I totally understand what you mean.
My opinion on this is, I personally wouldn't mind if we got snow. I just hope it doesn't cancel school, because of the fact that we're so close to spring break, and our spring break's looking pretty good if we don't get any snow days. What's the point of using one now when we are 2 weeks out? Yeah,
and I guess for you, Tony, that stands even more true because you're going to Disney next week, so you'll have some time off of school anyways. But yeah, you're right. If we were to have a snow day now, that's just really unfortunate timing. But yeah, that's what's going on around here in terms of the weather here in Jersey. We're going to be back on Nighttime in the Morning with much more throughout the show today. But for right now, we're going to take a break here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all. I'm into nuggets, y'all. McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what?
Whether you're sitting at home or you're chilling eating any McNuggets at McDonald's, you can always listen to the Great 108, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what? McNuggets, McNuggets, what? Chicken McNuggets.
Billy, it's race time.
Oh gosh, I'm not so sure. It's the school's parking lot. The speed limit is 15 miles per hour. Do you think we could race without going over that? Because it's true. Sure, I'll race with you.
Are you kidding? You go at least 20.
Okay.
Do you know you were speeding back there, son? The speed limit for all school property is 15 miles per hour. A mile above that, and you could end up hurting someone.
A message from 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
No need to stress. You're listening to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
The Great 108, Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction, here with Julian, Brenda, and Tony. So one thing, guys, that I think is pretty exciting that's coming up this coming weekend here at North is the annual Tonight Show. So basically, if you don't know what it is, 2 juniors host the event, and then all the seniors are able to show off their... It's basically a talent show, but it's High School North puts their own little fun spin on it. It's a fan favorite. It was back for the first time since COVID last year, and it's back again this year. It's coming up this weekend, Saturday, the 18th, 17th, something like that. And it'll be from 7 to 9 p.m., and it's really exciting.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, and I do remember them having auditions a little while back, so I'm interested to see who they actually picked for the role of hosts.
Yeah. Whoever it is, we're sure they're going to do a great job. Yeah, there were auditions a while ago. It's a big deal. They take a lot of things into consideration. Because to host this event is a really big deal. It's such a big honor. So, whoever does it, I'm sure is going to do a great job. And I'm excited to see some of the students who do talent as well. You can do things like singing. I think a couple of people like to do comedy acts. There's a whole variety of stuff that people do. So it's going to definitely be a really fun time.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I kind of wish I signed up for it. I didn't realize they were doing the sign-ups for it, or else I would have done a song or something. I'm not perfect with singing, but I feel like it is passable.
You could have shown off your skills. That's okay, Tony. I'm sure you'll have another chance to show off your skills at some point. What else is going on? So daylight savings was yesterday, which is interesting.
Yeah, that was a weird adjustment for me today.
Oh yeah, I'm tired. I'm sure we're all a little bit tired, especially it's a Monday morning, But I woke up yesterday, Sunday morning, and I was so tired, and I was I don't understand why. It's 9 a.m., and then I realized it was 8 a.m., and then everything got pushed back an hour, or technically, wait, it's spring forward, so everything gets pushed forward an hour, but you still lose an hour. I don't know. Daylight savings is so confusing, but we can talk about this another time. We're going to take a break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. We're going to take a break.
Oh, where am I? Arg, me hearty! I'm the captain of this here ship, and we've saved you from your own wreck.
Wait, we wrecked? Is there anyone else from the ship here?
Yes, you did. But it seems you're the only young scallywag that remains.
Oh, well, thank you so much for saving me, Captain. How can I ever repay you?
Aye, me matey. You can either walk the plank or tune in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. We were just listening to Find Your Love by Drake. And now, here on Nighttime in the Morning, it's it's time for one of the things that we're probably great at, or probably the best at here on the station, and that is Wordle. Brenda, Tony, and I, we take on Wordle every day, and literally we always win. Like, we are yet to lose a Wordle. Hopefully today is not the day that changes. So, guys, without further ado, let's just get started with it. What do you guys want to start with today?
I think we gotta go with Tony's OG word.
Tony's OG word, which is, of course,
alone.
Alone, yeah.
Oof.
For some reason, we always start with it. Brenda's reaction, this is pretty good, actually. So
good.
we got the L and the E in the right place. So second letter and last letter all done. And there's an A somewhere on the board, not in the correct spot. So the A, I kind of want to say it's right after the L.
I'm thinking flake, yeah.
Flake? I like flake. Let's go for it. It's a good second guess. Ooh, that would have been cool if that was it. Okay, but now we have the L, A, and E all in the right space. Nothing else, though, on the board. So now we need to figure out where we want to go from here.
I was thinking playa, but that ends in an A, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah, I mean, there are only a certain number of words on this, what's it called, a board, that are consonants on this board that can have an L following it. So we need to think about what those could possibly be.
I'm thinking slate or plate.
Slate. I was trying to think of an SL word, but I couldn't think of one. But yeah, let's go for slate, Brenda. Okay, so it's not that. What was the other one you going for? Plate?
But there's no T.
But let's, yeah.
Oh, no, right, no T, okay. Good
save, Tony.
thinking there, Tony, yeah. All right, so now where do we go?
I have no clue.
See, it must be like a, I was going to say plane, but it can't be plane because the N's gone.
Maybe blame?
Blame is a good one. Let's go for it. All right, let's see what we got here. There we go. Great guess, Tony. All right. That was, I don't know. That felt like a really good quality Wordle session today, guys. I'm really proud of us. You know, we had everything that we needed. So, great job. As per usual, we're going to take a break here on Nighttime in the Morning. 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Wordle champions are going to be right back right after this.
Whoa, what a long day. I had 2 tests and a quiz.
Yeah, I know. Thank God I have study hall now.
I'm really hungry and thirsty, too. Let's go get something from the vending machines.
I don't know. What should I get? Let's see. Do I want a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart or do I want M&M's? What do you think?
Well, it looks like you really don't have a choice. Because of the new rules in high schools, vending machines cannot carry chocolate items.
Oh, well, at least that makes my choice easier.
A message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
It's the great 108. It's Nighttime in the Morning. Julian, Brenda, and Tony here on the station. So, I don't know, we liked talking, I think we had a good time talking about the World Cup back in the day, a.k.a. November. Yeah. But, now it's time for another international sporting event. This one is a lot less covered here in America, but I think that people around the world have had a good time watching it so far. And that's the World Baseball Classic. It's basically the same thing as the World Cup, but instead of soccer, now it's baseball. The United States is in it. They're one of the favorites, although they lost last night. So, if you want to represent the country, if you live in the United States and you want to represent the country you live in, then you can root for them. Some of the other favorites include like Japan, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic. So a lot of big countries out there are definitely the favorites. And so far, like I said, I don't really feel like I've heard a lot of coverage about the World Baseball Classic here. But like in places like Japan, 36 million people watched the Japanese national team just play an exhibition match. Like it wasn't even a match in the World Baseball Classic. It was just before the World Baseball Classic. So that kind of proves how popular it's been throughout the world.
Yeah, I think it's definitely really interesting to see another World Cup in a different sport because I thought it was really interesting. So maybe if we can get it as popular as the World Cup was, maybe we can watch it like in classes or something like that, or something more unified like the World Cup
Brenda's
was.
always trying to find a way out of actually
Yes,
doing work in
yes,
class.
I am.
I guess what they say is true. You always learn something every day. 'Cause I never heard of this before. This sounds so cool. Like, I might check this out if I can find a chance to or find a way.
Yeah, I think it's broadcasted on Fox, so that's where you can watch it. It's also like ESPN and all those places. But yeah, it's a really cool. That's what I mean, though. Like, you know, it's pretty popular around the world, but there hasn't been much coverage of it here. One thing I really like about it is that it's being held not just in one venue, like where the World Cup is in one country, but there are like 4 different locations. I think Taiwan, Japan, and then 2 places in the United States. So it's cool because you get to see a bunch of different cultures. Like, you get to feel atmospheres in different places instead of just in one country. So I think it's a really, really cool opportunity, and I think it's a fun way for a lot of people to come together. We're going to take another break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction, and we'll be right back.
Oh, cartoons? Well, lucky for you, 107.9 is the place for you. From the many crazy adventures of Cow and Chicken, to the many fun adventures of Ed, Ed, and Eddie, to our many wonderful friends at Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Blue, to my many different experiments here at Dexter's Laboratory.
Man, I'm pretty.
Join our cartoon craziness here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
There's no debate, just listen to the Great 108. If you listen to the Great 108, you're going to hear me, you're going to hear Brenda, you're going to hear Tony. So it's a pretty good time here. Speaking of good times, if you don't want to have a good time because you could, you know, risk choking, then probably don't buy any of these Calico Critter toys. We were talking about this off the air, and, you know, all I mentioned was the words Calico Critter, and Brenda went the toy brand. So clearly they're pretty popular. And the brand's actually based in New Jersey, which is also really cool. However, they're now recalling, get this, 3.2 million Calico Critters because of possible choking hazards. So, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. So, you know, until Calico Critters figures out what they're going to do instead and, you know, probably changes the way that they're going to put these toys together, probably best to kind of stay away from them from now, if you can even find one. Because, like I said, they'll be recalled.
Yeah, I definitely grew up with these little toys, and they definitely were a choking hazard now that I think back at it. And they included a lot of tiny pieces, so I understand how it could be a problem, but it kind of confuses me how it took so long for them to actually, like, recall it.
Oh, yeah, because that's a great point, Brenda, because get this, they're recalling all toys in between the years of 2020 is the latest year, but the first year that they're doing this, this range is 2001.
Wow. Oh.
So they've been having these problems, or at least these toys have been causing risks since the beginning of the millennium, and yet Calico Critters is just now recalling them. One of the reasons why is because there were 2 deaths as a result of the choking hazards. A 2-year-old in New Mexico and a 9-year-old in Japan both died due to choking on these Calico Critters. So, you know, obviously it's the right move for them to recall these, figure out what's wrong, and then regroup. The only problem is, like, why did it take so long in order for us to even get there? That's kind of my thinking. But, yeah, definitely a peculiar situation, but hopefully one that works itself out. We're going to take another break here. Nighttime in the Morning on the Great 108. We'll be right back on 107.9 FM, WEPH in Princeton Junction.
Okay, class, next up is one of the hardest math equations in all of math's history. Timmy, you're going to answer this one.
Oh, all right then, sir. What is it?
What is 107 plus 0.9 times the best music, talk shows, games, DJs, and current events destination?
Easy. 107.9 FM, your radio destination.
Great work, Timmy. So, class, if you want to pass, make sure you tune in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction. You're going to hear me and Brenda run through some stuff really quickly because we want to make sure we got some time for Johnson, Kira, and Ayushi to come in for news later. But we're going to do our night sport upload right now, which is our weekly bit on Monday. So basically we take a look at everything that's going on in North and South sports. There's nothing really going on right now, but tryouts are starting this week for spring sports. So, we're going to be starting to ramp up again. Brenda plays lacrosse. That'll be on Thursday. That's when tryouts.
Yes.
Is it when tryouts start or when the season starts?
Tryouts.
Okay, tryouts start on Thursday for that.
Yes.
Volleyball tryouts, I think they started last week, but I think they really get down and dirty this week. Baseball and softball start later this week as well.
Yes, I saw a few people walking in with baseball things today.
Yeah, getting
actually.
ready for preseason.
So, yeah.
And then tennis was supposed to start today, but they can't. I postponed it due to the rain outside. Which if baseball starts today, then they'll probably do the same for that. Because, like I said, we've been having some bad weather around here. But next week is when we're gonna have some real updates for you guys again here for the Night Sport Upload. So get excited for that. Right now, I told you we were gonna be quick. We're gonna take another break here on Nighttime in the Morning. When we come back, we're gonna have some news from Johnson, Kira, and Ayushi. We'll be right back on 107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction. We will see you then.
They see me tune in the station with the best music, DJs, and more. 107.9's my favorite station. 107.9's my favorite station. 107.9's my favorite station. 107.9's my favorite station. The music's so good. You're dancing. We also fill you in on the news of the world. 107.9's my favorite station. Make sure everybody sees you tuning into 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Good morning. This is Ayushi, Johnson, and Kira with 107.9 FM News for March 13th, 2023.
Starting tomorrow till the end of this week, High School North will be having delayed openings. Juniors will continue attending school at regular time for NJGPA testing, while all other high school students have delayed openings with a start time of 9:45 a.m. and will have shortened periods. The Tonight Show is taking place this Saturday. Come by at from 7 to 9 p.m. to High School North's Tonight Show and support your seniors. This week is Spirit Week. Show your spirit by following the themes for each day. Monday is Pajama Day, Tuesday is Twin Day, Wednesday is Adam Sandler Day, Thursday is Dress Like a Decade Day, and Friday is Red Carpet Day. Tryouts for spring sports at High School North are starting this week. Get excited for another great season of sports.
Taking a look at other news. Poor decisions made by companies cause economic collapse, which is forcing the government to take action. The SVB bank collapsed the other day and is the second bank collapse in U.S. history. Experts believe the crash was caused by an overinvestment in government treasury bonds. Due to high inflation rates, the interest rates on these treasury bonds were worthless, leaving SVB with no funds to pay mass withdrawals. Future generations will now have a new aspect to look up to in the Oscars. Michelle Yeoh was the first Asian American woman to win Best Actress this Sunday at the Oscars. She earned it for her role in the popular movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. The U.S. is expected to go forward with a controversial deal. Biden and Australia plan to announce formally Australia's purchase of a nuclear submarine power from the U.S. Originally, Australia was supposed to buy them from France. However, they dropped out of the deal for the U.S., leading to tensions between the U.S. and France. A decade of conflict between two countries may come to an end. Iran and Saudi Arabia have agreed to re-establish diplomatic relations. The two countries have been at odds for a while, fighting multiple proxy wars across the Middle East.
Checking local traffic. As of 8:30 a.m., flooding occurs on US 130 in Brooklawn, New Jersey. All lanes are closed and detoured. According to 511NJ, there is a disabled vehicle on New Jersey Turnpike Inner Roadway northbound on the entrance ramp at Interchange 9 in East Brunswick. All lanes remain open. And trains. According to NJ Transit, the Morrison Essex is canceled due to equipment availability resulting from mechanical issues. Train-goers are recommended to take train number 6620 instead. All other trains are on time, according to the site. 107.9 FM news time is 9:34 a.m. We'll be back with sports and weather on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Alright, Pirate, that's the final straw. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Yar, ye be right, ye disgusting knight. Now hold on 1 minute. Why are you two fighting? Don't you know that on 107.9 FM, the pirate and the knight can work together in peace and harmony?
How is that possible?
You two can listen to 107.9 when herding cattle, riding horses, or sitting around a fire.
Shucks, you're right. The two of us should be working together.
Thanks, Sheriff. Listen to the radio station big enough for everyone. 107.9 FM WWPH from Princeton Junction.
Hey, Tammy, why aren't you eating lunch? What's the matter?
I don't need to eat lunch. There's no point to eating.
But eating lunch is an important part of a balanced diet. When you eat lunch, you get the nutrition your growing body needs. Plus, eating lunch can give you the vitamins you need to stay alert and do better in school.
Wow, Johnny, I never thought of it that way. You're right. I should definitely eat lunch. Thanks, Johnny.
This has been a message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
The Great 108. Sports Central.
107.9 FM news time is 9:35 a.m. Checking 107.9 FM sports for March 13, 2023. Following the reveal of the March Madness bracket, local fans complained regarding the lack of the Rutgers men's basketball team in the tournament. The Scarlet Knights ended up falling just short of earning a program record third consecutive March Madness bid. NCAA Tournament Selection Committee Chairman Chris Reynolds announced that while they were looking for reasons to put teams in the tournament, they were also looking for reasons to keep them out. The NJ team is 19-14. A Mets outfielder walked off the field without help following a 93-mile-per-hour fastball to the head. The player, Starling Marte, tested negative on concussion tests, with many claiming he was lucky following the strike to his left ear. He will undergo more tests in the days and weeks to come. Taking a look at other sports news. A soccer player scored a hat trick in the fastest time in French league history. Lois Openda of Lens scored 3 goals in 4.5 minutes, 4 seconds quicker than the previous record broken in 2005. Lens moves to third place following the strong 4-0 win. A former tennis player was chosen as the new president of the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Patrick McEnroe will fill the position on May 1st. As the younger brother of John McEnroe, he won the 1989 French Open men's doubles title and was a singles semifinalist at the 1991 Australian Open. It is currently 40 degrees and drizzling in Princeton Junction. And now, your 107.9 FM local weather forecast for March 13, 2023. Today, there is a high of 46 and a low of 47 with rain throughout the day and a 100% chance. Tonight, the sun will set at 7:02 p.m. and the temperature will stay around 40 degrees. Tomorrow, there will be a high of 39, a low of 33, and a 70% chance of snow. The peak in the 10-day forecast will be on Friday, going up to 58 degrees, with the low throughout being 26 degrees next Monday. Conditions will be darker in the morning and brighter in the afternoon and night, following the hour we lost due to daylight savings early on Sunday morning. And that's the news, sports, and weather for March 13, 2023, for 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just got back from being sick for 7 days, and I still have a cold.
Wow, that must feel terrible.
Tell me about it. This is my 10th absence from school.
That's a lot. You should take care of yourself because I hope you know the school policy.
What is that?
Well, if you have more than 14 absences from a class, then you lose credit for that class.
Really? I better take care of myself.
This has been a message from your local high school radio station, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
So there's some big news going on over here in Mercer County, actually at the Cure Insurance Arena, which I think is in Trenton. If you got little kids, if you are a little kid, or if you just are a big fan of Disney, then Disney on Ice is coming to Mercer County this coming week from Thursday, and then I think the last installation is it's on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely remember watching a bunch of these with my family. I think I went a few times back when I forgot what it was called. It's by MetLife, I think.
Yeah.
It was an old center, something like that, but it was really popular, and I remember watching it a bunch.
So I actually, believe it or not, I've also seen Disney on Ice. I think specifically I saw Frozen on Ice. I don't think I saw everything. But I saw Frozen on Ice in Philly a long time ago. And just in case you can't tell, I'm probably not the biggest Frozen fan in the world. Mm-hmm. I was pretty old when I went. Probably older than the average age of the rest of the audience. But I honestly had a really good time. Like, they do a really good job. They make sure it's entertaining. And, you hear a lot of these songs on Disney that you just want to have a good time to, and they do a really good job of incorporating those in it as well. So, the 16th and the 17th, there are going to be shows at 7 p.m. The 18th, there are going to be shows at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. And then on the 19th, there are going to be shows at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. So you'll have a lot of opportunities this coming weekend to go see Disney on Ice if that is what you wish to do. We're going to take another break here on Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. We'll be right back.
Look at this old lamp. I should clean it.
I am the great genie. For freeing me, I will grant you 3 wishes.
Oh boy! I wish for great music, engrossing entertainment, and all the local news I could want!
My boy, you don't need me for that. You can just listen to 107.9 FM. They have everything you need.
Oh boy! I can't wait!
Don't forget, that's 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
107.9. Oh, so fine. Unfortunately, what's not so fine is that we're out of time here on the station today. Guys, I've had a great time talking with you. We're all starting to try and wake up together after daylight savings and everything. And, hopefully we don't get too much snow. But, yeah, I've had a really good time today. Once again, this has been 107.9 FM. It's been nighttime in the morning. I've been Julian.
I've been Brenda.
I've been Tony.
And we'll see you next time on 107.9 FM. It's WWPH in Princeton Junction. Just remember that 107.9 FM is the last radio station on your dial, but the first in your heart. And we'll see you next time.